not to do, according to New York orthodontist Dr. Christina Carter.
You just don't want to be doing that at home.
Dr. Carter winced as she watched a video of a woman making at-home tooth straighteners.
This is terrible. And so many bad things can happen. You can lose your teeth, you can have gum infections, you can actually have that floss go up and then you can't find it and they have to surgically remove it. This is a major medical health risk.
The American Association of Orthodontists issued a consumer alert saying that DIY dentistry could result in the permanent loss of teeth and lifelong dental problems. When he was 8 years old, David Campbell tried to fix the gap in his teeth with a rubber band. This was the result. Decades later, David is still dealing with problems related to his DIY procedure.
I would highly recommend that no one ever do that.
This model from Canada almost lost her eye after trying to tattoo it purple. The morning after the procedure, Kat Gallanter's eye swelled shut. She was treated with steroid drops and antibiotics, but she still experienced blurry vision. Kat took to social media to warn others.
I just really, really hope that people take this as a lesson, and that's all I want. I learned it. I had to learn it the hard way, and I would hate to watch anybody else go through anything like this again. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. Don't risk it.
And in this flashback story from 2008, a man accidentally turned his skin blue.
Were you around my shade before?
Yeah, probably a little lighter.
Paul Carrison wanted a cure for his flaky skin. He drank a supposed home remedy of silver and water, and when he rubbed it on his skin, it turned blue. A few years later, shortly before his death, Paul told Inside Edition he'd fallen on hard times, in part because of his blue skin.
People are rather reluctant to hire blue people or people.
Here are some of our most memorable stories of unusual plastic surgeries. First up, in 2015, this woman wanted the tiniest waistline in the world. Pixie Fox wore a corset every day, giving her an 18-inch waist.
It is not as bad as it looks.
The then 25-year-old ate small meals to keep her waist small, but that wasn't enough. She wanted to have 6 ribs removed.
I am excited. It's going to be fun.
At that point in her life, Pixie had already had over a dozen cosmetic procedures, including liposuction on her inner and outer thighs, a Brazilian butt lift, 4 breast jobs, 4 nose jobs, lip fillers, cheek fillers, 2 eyelid lifts, a mini brow lift, Botox, and permanent makeup. Indianapolis cosmetic surgeon Dr. Barry Epley marked Pixie in advance of the rib reduction. He said removing the 6 ribs would not pose a health risk.
I don't think there's anything unethical about doing the procedure as long as whoever is doing it has experience, can do it safely.
On surgery day, Pixie made her way to the OR.
Yeah, perfectly ready.
The operation took 4 hours.
This is the last one, rib number 6.
Then Pixie was wheeled out of the OR. She told Inside Edition she had no qualms about her body modifications.
I love what I'm doing, and as long as I love it and I can do it, why should I not?
Next, this woman said she'd wanted to make a change for years. She wanted a smaller forehead.
I am so ready to have this done.
To get rid of more than an inch of her forehead, Jenna Bentley opted for a rare forehead reduction.
Everyone laughs because this isn't a very common procedure.
Beverly Hills plastic surgeon Dr. Michael K. Obeng met with Jenna about the operation. He drew a line on her forehead showing where her new hairline would be.
That's what I want.
Jenna's forehead was 4 inches tall.
All this is coming up.
Dr. Obeng would remove 1.5 inches.
Just to get it all done. I'm nervous.
In the operating room, the doctor explained the procedure.
We're going to move this skin down. We're going to remove all this strip. All right, so let's do it.
Dr. Obeng cut in a zigzag pattern to help the incision look more natural. The operation took over 2 hours. 2 weeks later, Jenna was back in his office for the big reveal.
I am beyond excited.
It's been a long time.
They all have one of the rarest diseases on Earth.
My jaw is huge.
My leg is...
That's the little bush I've got.
Their condition causes their muscles, ligaments, and tendons to become bone, turning their bodies rock hard.
We're turning to a human stature. We can't move.
The 3 friends suffer from a disease known as FOP. There are only 700 known cases in the world. Almost half of them are in the U.S. Ashley Kerpio lives outside Atlanta, Georgia. As a toddler, her arm was amputated after doctors misdiagnosed her with cancer. They missed the telltale signature of FOP disease, a crooked big toe. Now her muscles have started hardening into bone.
I cannot move this arm away from my body. It's like super glued to my side, my upper arm, because it does not move.
Her neck and spine are now fused. 5 years ago, Ashley's leg got stuck in this bent position.
It's stuck, and that thigh is rock hard bone.
A 4-inch platform shoe enables her to walk. The 30-year-old showed us how she uses a drawer handle to take off her pants. A convenient closet doorknob helps her get them back on.
This is it for movement in the shoulders.
Patrick Doerr's jaw is nearly frozen shut.
Just enough to talk.
His mom, Gretchen, a pediatric nurse, was heartbroken when he was diagnosed.
He was 17 and big and burly, and the next thing you know, he's in such severe pain.
She watched helplessly as his muscles and joints turned to solid bone.
Very intense swelling, very intense pain.
At 52, Nancy Sando is one of the oldest living people with FOP. She inches her way toward the bed. Her body is stiff as a board.
God has given me the ability to find the joys in the little things in life.
It's a tremendous hardship. FOP is a devastating disease.
Dr. Frederick Kaplan of the University of Pennsylvania is the leader in the fight against the disease and personally sees to every case.
We adore Nancy and Ashley and Patrick. I mean, they're all testimonies to the human spirit.
The partygoers were all born with a rare disease called FOP. It's caused by a gene defect that is gradually turning their bodies into rock-hard bone. They call themselves FOPers. They're also known as the human statues or petrified people, names they do not particularly like.
Dabbers. The Family Guy played it for laughs, but it's a real danger.
Oh my God, are you all right?
No, I swallowed it.
About 8,000 people are hospitalized with toothpick-related injuries every year.
This is not a joking matter. This can be life or death.
And swallowing a toothpick can happen to anybody.
It's actually not that crazy because the toothpick, being only about 3 inches, can fit inside of one of these little sliders without even seeing it. If you're in a rush or you're eating this quickly and it goes in the right angle, you can swallow it and have no idea.
That happened to Ronald Wood when he ate an appetizer at a party. There was a broken toothpick inside.
I didn't even feel the toothpick go down. I had no idea I had a toothpick inside my body.
A week later, he was rushed to emergency surgery. Part of his colon had to be removed. It's a cautionary tale to make sure to chew your food before swallowing. Next up, Rick Antosh was enjoying a plate of shellfish at the famed oyster bar in New York City's Grand Central Terminal when
we were engaged in conversation and all of a sudden, whoop. What is that? I didn't bite on it, but I sensed something odd. As I said, I thought maybe it was a filling or a tooth.
But it wasn't a filling.
When I saw the black dot, that really intrigued me as to what is that? I thought, oh, is this something that broke off a utensil from the kitchen?
Mascot for his science lab. They named the little stowaway Green Fruit Loop. Safe to say Green Fruit Loop was happy to be in the classroom and not on the dinner plate. This dinner plate was not the most appetizing. The tacos appear to be stuffed with teeth. One customer at a popular Texas restaurant wasn't pleased with this add-on to their entree. The toothsome treat turned out to be beef lips. They're okay to eat, but the restaurant said it wouldn't be using the supplier who provided the meat again. And there was nothing accidental about what came along with these pineapples in Spain. The tasty fruit was being used to smuggle cocaine. Agents used hammers to break apart the fruit, revealing the contraband inside. Police discovered nearly a ton of the drug in a shipment. The bust resulted in several arrests, but no pina coladas. This is InsideEdition.com.